Now, while most are still reeling from the shock of this week's fires and the sudden loss of everything they own, many insurance companies are being criticized following reports like this. We found data that State Farm Insurance canceled over 1,600 policies in Pacific Palisades last July. That was fire insurance, the number representing 70% of their coverage in the area. NewsNation's Mills Hayes joins us live right now. You know, I'm from California. I happen to know how expensive insurance is there for a home, but also, you know, there were a lot of natural disasters, including severe fires in Northern California. I spoke to someone in the insurance industry. They told me insurers typically give about 60 days advance notice, alerting a family saying you need to find another insurer. But what more are you learning?
Well, this could be the most expensive disaster in California's history. Before all of this happened, insurance companies had been quietly declining to renew policies for homeowners. Now, in 2023, 7 of the 12 largest insurance companies by market share in California either paused or restricted issuing new policies in the state. State Farm discontinued coverage for 72,000 houses and apartments in California last year, dropping nearly 70% of its market share in Pacific Palisades. That area almost completely engulfed still. Some insurance industry experts say something should have been done to fix the lack of insurance in California when thousands of people were dropped last year.
These are for-profit insurance companies. And so if they can't make a profit, they're going to leave the area. And that's exactly what happened. And it's legal. They don't have to keep doing business in California. Is it ethical? No.
These changes left homeowners with little choice, having to use California's state-run Fair Plan program. That plan, in some cases, costing as much as 4 times what they were paying with less coverage than before. That figure forcing some to go without coverage and really just pray that something like this won't happen to them. But it's not just California, Adrienne. A Senate report found that insurance companies were dropping people all across the country, including in states like Iowa, Mississippi, Alabama, the Carolinas, and even states up in New England due to changing weather patterns. This means that thousands of Americans are without insurance right now, Adrienne.
What are lawmakers saying as far as whether residents will be able to get assistance, how they'll be able to get assistance, especially those who perhaps don't have insurance?
Right. Well, California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara recently implemented a moratorium in cancellations following the fire. This means that insurance companies can't cancel or choose not to renew people in California for 1 year. President Biden has also declared a major disaster, meaning that people who have been hit by the wildfires can apply for federal disaster relief money through FEMA, whether they have insurance or not. Hundreds of people are left with only the clothes on their back right now.
I don't even have a toothbrush. I don't even have toothpaste. I mean, just think of all the stuff in your house, and you're starting from scratch.
Nonprofits have stepped up to help these victims with money and shelter, and many of these victims are using GoFundMe to raise money to replace everything they lost too, as they await for potential relief from the federal government. Adrienne?
It's just, I actually have the first person to ever give me a shot in television. I'm still in contact with them from all those years ago when I was in college trying to get my first big break. I found out that that person's house burned to the ground. She's left with nothing, and checked in on her this week. So, you know, we all know someone. And my first question was, did you have insurance? And she said, yes, but I got to go get my mind off of all this. It's a lot, and it's so sad. So, Mills Hayes, thank you. An important story we'll continue to follow. We will have a lot more coverage of the California wildfires. If you'd like to help those impacted, you can donate using the QR code on your screen. Just scan that with your cell phone, or go to newsnationnow.com/Red Cross. You can connect with Nexstar, which is NewsNation's parent company's Red Cross donation website.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.